Can I ask you something? Because that's something I wanted to talk about related to Floyd. Have you heard Roger Waters' Redux? It's called Redux of Dark Side of the Moon? His re-recording of it? Because it's something I had told you when we spoke on the phone that there was an album that I wanted to listen to in preparation for this video because it is a new release. And yeah, your face says everything. For those listening, so, his hands have been over his face for about the last minute and a half.
I have yet to listen to the whole thing.
Okay.
But when Money was released as a single, I did listen to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's awful. It's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
So I went ahead since you discussed Dark Side, and it seems to be a theme. We're going to discuss Dark Side every episode, I guess. But this is very apropos. So Dark Side is my favorite album of all time, and so with Roger Waters announcing he's going to re-record it, he released the singles. I listened to like a snip of one of them. I think it was Money. And I was like, all right, I'm going to stop this and I'm going to, in context, listen to the whole thing. So the other day I listened to it. I'm sure it's something, to be fair, I need to listen to, several times. But I don't think I want to. And I'll say, I think there's some musically interesting things going on from what I listened to of the album. I like the approach that they took to some of the songs instrumentally. It's Waters' endless monologuing over every track. And some things, for example, like The Great Gig in the Sky, he basically just does this whole monologue about this friend he has that died of cancer, and he's going on about it. And it's like, I feel like with what he's trying to achieve, he's taking all of the subtlety out of the record. He's taking a lot of the soul of out of the record, and that isn't to diminish his contributions to Dark Side of the Moon, because the lyrics are timeless and he wrote them, but just the way he has decided to approach the re-recording, I just have not cared for so far, and his vocals just are not good anymore.
It's like he's trying to do this bad take on Tom Waits meets Leonard Cohen.
That's what I kind of took from it too, yeah.
Yeah, and that works for those two individuals quite well, and it just doesn't for him. I'm going to be honest with you. Will I check it out at some point? More likely, yes. But I have no interest anytime soon.
Yeah.
This is just classic Roger Waters and his fucking ego times 1 billion.
Yeah.
I mean, and to top it off with releasing it on the 50-year anniversary, which you're capitalizing enough on as it is, for better and for worse.
Yeah.
But this is a timeless record.
Yeah.
It was a product of its time, but it transcends time, and I think that's reflective on our culture today. This fucking Prism has become its own thing.
Yeah, of course.
You'll see people wearing a Dark Side of the Moon shirt, and they wear it for the aesthetic. I guarantee you they couldn't name a single track, but I think that that's very telling in of itself. This is something unlike anything else. Leave it alone. Just leave it the fuck alone. And to your point with...
I totally agree.
Not undermining Waters' contribution to the record, because they can't be, obviously. At that point, he was the sole songwriter.
Of course.
But by putting that piece of garbage out, you are undermining the vital contributions with the other three members as well, too.
Well, and
I just...
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, because I'm going to get more angry.
No, you basically echoed, no pun intended, pretty much what my thoughts. And I think overall it just kind of proves to me once again, as I've said many times, that how much Waters needed the other three guys to balance him out. You know, I mean, he was an element of, he was one of the essential four pieces of that band, and without the other three, especially Gilmour and Wright, it's not. I mean, there's nobody checking Roger Waters' ego at the door. You know, he just kind of is able to do what he wants, and that's fine. He's an artist; he should do what he wants creatively. But there's just something about doing something like re-recording an album like Dark Side of the Moon, where it's like, how much of this is like, okay, are you saying something musically, like, really, or is this just about, like, you're feuding with Gilmour right now and you want to just record your own thing? And I don't know, it's a bit weird to me.
It really is a head scratcher, other than his ego, because even if you, like, I could appreciate, even if I didn't like the final outcome, I could appreciate if you were going for more, okay, 50-year anniversary, half a century, putting out a Redux version that is appealing to this current generation. But it doesn't even sound contemporary. That's the thing.
No.
I mean, even just basing it off what I heard with Money, you know, again, he's doing like this, like, bar jazz Tom Waits thing. Only it's horrible. Like, it just, if anything, it sounds more dated than the original. I mean, the original, again, it's a timeless record. It transcends time.
Yeah.
And so it really is. It comes down to that man's ego. I cannot logically think of any other reason why you would put that pile of garbage out. I didn't even listen to the whole thing.
Yeah. I wanted to give it a fair shake, but, well, anyway, we can move on.